What happens when flawless acting meets undeniable chemistry? From tender glances to electric tension, Li Xian's on-screen relationships have redefined romantic storytelling in Chinese dramas. But is it just acting, or something more? Stay with us as we explore the unforgettable pairings that have made Li Xian a global icon of romance. There are moments in film and television when something remarkable happens, when two actors share the screen and suddenly, the story no longer feels scripted.
It feels real.
This is not just good acting.
It's something rare. It's connection.
And in the case of Li Xian, that connection becomes a kind of emotional alchemy. What makes Li Xian's on-screen chemistry so powerful is that it never feels forced. There is a natural rhythm to the way he responds to his co-stars, not only in dialogue but in silence. His expressions, his pauses, the way his energy rises or softens to meet his scene partners, these are not rehearsed reactions. They're rooted in emotional intuition. That's what draws people in. It's not about physical closeness or grand gestures. It's about presence. He makes his characters feel like they truly see and feel the other person, and so we do too. This level of connection cannot be faked. It requires trust, empathy, and a rare ability to listen, not just with ears, but with the heart. Li Xian possesses that gift. He doesn't dominate a scene to stand out. Instead, he dissolves into it, allowing the chemistry to emerge from the authenticity of shared emotion. It's why audiences across cultures, from the United States to Japan, from France to Indonesia, feel something universal when watching him. His performances cross language barriers because they speak in a language older than words, emotional truth. Even in moments of stillness, he communicates so much. A lingering glance, a slight change in breath, a restrained smile, these become the heartbeat of the story. He invites the audience to feel with him, not just watch him. And when paired with actresses who bring equal depth, the result is unforgettable. Together, they don't just act out love or conflict, they live it, even if only for a moment on screen. In a world where drama often relies on exaggeration, Li Xian reminds us that sometimes, the most profound connections are the quietest. His presence, grounded yet deeply responsive, transforms scenes into shared emotional experiences. It's not performance, it's presence. Not just acting, but alchemy. There are pairings in drama that go beyond attraction or surface-level chemistry. They reach into something deeper, something that reflects the human condition in its rawest form. Such is the case with Li Xian and Li Qin in Tides of Yesterday, a period drama that did more than tell a love story. It explored the cost of love in times of change, and the resilience of emotion when the world feels uncertain. From the first moment they appear on screen together, there is a quiet pull between them, an emotional tension that simmers beneath the dialogue. Unlike more playful or fast-paced romantic pairings, this one unfolds slowly, deliberately. It is the kind of connection that builds not from physical closeness, but from emotional weight. Their characters, shaped by hardship and responsibility, don't fall in love in the way we often see in television. Instead, they grow into love, as if life itself had shaped their bond without asking for permission. Li Xian brings a sense of inner stillness to his role, a man deeply conflicted, torn between duty and desire. His scenes with Li Qin are filled with unsaid things, and yet every glance between them carries volumes. Li Qin, known for her emotional subtlety, meets his restraint with grace. Her character is strong but not hardened, vulnerable yet never weak. Together, they create a love story that is not loud or theatrical, but one that lingers like memory. It is built on shared silence, mutual understanding, and the unspoken longing of two people who might never fully have each other, but still love deeply. What makes their chemistry so unique is that it doesn't try to impress, it simply exists. It feels honest, lived in, even haunting at times. For viewers who have experienced heartbreak, sacrifice, or unfulfilled love, their story resonates on a profoundly personal level. It is not about perfect timing or happy endings, but about the truth of human connection in imperfect circumstances. Li Xian and Li Qin show us that love on screen doesn't need to shout to be heard.
Sometimes, the deepest emotion come true in the quietest moment.
Tides of Yesterday is not just a romance, it is a reflection of life's emotional tides, and the quiet beauty of loving in spite of it all. In a world overwhelmed by noise, both literal and emotional, Silent Hearts offered something rare, stillness that speaks. In this poignant drama, Li Xian and Zhou Yutong came together not as fiery lovers or tragic heroes, but as two souls quietly navigating the aftermath of emotional wounds. Their chemistry was not explosive, but healing, a slow, gentle connection that unfolded like sunlight breaking through mist. Li Xian's character was one marked by loss, a man who carried his silence like armor, shielding himself from a world that had taken too much. His performance was restrained yet piercing, portraying grief not through grand displays, but in the quiet moments of retreat, the way his eyes avoided contact, the weight in his posture, the hesitation before speaking. It was in these subtle expressions that his pain felt most real. Zhou Yutong, with her grounded sensitivity, played a woman who had learned how to live through empathy. Her character was not there to fix him, but to simply be present. And in that presence, a kind of emotional alchemy occurred. Her stillness met his silence. Her patience met his retreat. And together, they found something incredibly rare in screen storytelling: peace. What made their chemistry extraordinary was its refusal to rush. There were no sudden confessions, no sweeping declarations. Instead, their bond emerged through shared routines, quiet conversations, and the comfort of simply sitting side by side. Their relationship reminded viewers that healing does not always come through words, but through being seen, truly seen, by someone who doesn't demand but accepts. The emotional resonance of their scenes lies in their authenticity. For anyone who has ever struggled with anxiety, grief, or emotional isolation, Silent Hearts offers recognition and comfort. Li Xian and Zhou Yutong deliver performances rooted not in drama, but in humanity. They remind us that love isn't always loud or passionate. It can be soft, steady, and deeply nourishing. By the end of the series, viewers don't remember just the lines or the plot, they remember the feeling. That quiet hope that even the most wounded hearts can find warmth again. Through this deeply felt connection, Li Xian and Zhou Yutong show that sometimes the most unforgettable chemistry isn't about sparks, it's about healing. And in that silence, we find something profoundly human. There are certain pairings in television that don't just entertain, they enchant. In Beneath the Moonlight, Li Xian and Tan Songyun created a world that felt almost otherworldly, like a dream softly unfolding under starlit skies. Their chemistry wasn't born of conflict or intense drama, but of a tender curiosity, two hearts finding each other not by accident, but by quiet alignment. Tan Songyun brought her signature warmth and effervescent charm to the role of a young woman with an old soul, someone who sees the world not just for what it is, but for what it could be. Her character was light, not in the sense of fragility, but in the way sunlight filters through leaves, subtle, hopeful, and quietly resilient. Li Xian, in contrast, played a man weighed down by expectation and self-doubt, moving through life with a carefulness that felt deeply human. When their characters met, it wasn't a collision, it was a convergence. Their on-screen relationship unfolded with the delicacy of a coming-of-age poem. There was a softness to their scenes, a rhythm that felt less like scripted drama and more like watching two people slowly find a rhythm in the same song. Li Xian's natural stillness met Tan Songyun's spontaneous lightness with surprising harmony, creating a dynamic that felt fresh yet emotionally grounded. It wasn't just romantic, it was deeply comforting, as though the audience were watching two people heal parts of themselves simply by being near each other. What made Beneath the Moonlight feel so unique was the emotional intimacy woven into every exchange. A glance, a shared silence, a gentle tease, each moment felt real, not exaggerated for effect, but lived in and honest. The series captured the fleeting beauty of young love, not in its loud declarations but in the quiet realization that someone understands you without needing you to explain. Li Xian and Tan Songyun didn't just act beside each other, they listened, responded, and created a kind of unspoken language that drew viewers in. For many, this pairing awakened memories of their own first loves, the kind that leave behind a soft ache, not because they hurt, but because they were beautiful. Together, they reminded us that sometimes the most unforgettable love stories aren't the loudest ones, but those told gently, beneath the moonlight. There's something rare and beautiful that happens when actors carry a piece of their on-screen connection into real life. With Li Xian, this isn't just coincidence, it's part of what makes his performances resonate so deeply. Beyond the carefully written scripts and carefully directed scenes lies a truth that can't be faked: genuine friendship. It's the invisible thread that strengthens his chemistry with co-stars and allows his characters to feel unmistakably real. Li Xian is known not only for his impressive craft, but for the way he builds sincere, lasting bonds with those he works with. From his long-standing friendship with Yang Zi to the easygoing rapport he's developed with newer co-stars like Zhou Yutong and Tan Songyun, there's a consistent undercurrent of trust, respect, and emotional availability that breathes life into every scene. When two actors trust each other, they stop performing and start connecting, and the audience feels the difference immediately. Friendship brings with it a softness, a kind of emotional safety net. In Go Go Squid, the shared laughter between Li Xian and Yang Zi wasn't just acting, it echoed the kind of familiarity built over years. In Silent Hearts, the deep stillness he shared with Zhou Yutong carried a sense of mutual understanding, like two people who didn't need to speak every thought aloud to be heard. And in Beneath the Moonlight, his gentle ease with Tan Songyun felt like watching two people fall into step with one another, as naturally as breathing. What makes these friendships so special isn't just how they enhance the work. It's that they remind us, as viewers, of something profoundly human, the way connection elevates every experience. When actors care for one another beyond the frame, it creates a ripple effect that reaches the screen, and us. We're drawn in not only by the characters they portray but by the truth that lingers behind their eyes. I trust you. That trust becomes chemistry. That chemistry becomes magic. In a world where much is manufactured for the spotlight, Li Xian's real-life friendships are the quiet force behind his most powerful moments. They are the reason his stories feel lived in, not performed. And they remind us that when something is real, even if we only witness it for a moment, it leaves a mark that lasts far beyond the final scene. Whether you're watching from California, Seoul, Paris, Bangkok, or Manila, there's something universally appealing about Li Xian's characters. He's not the perfect alpha male, but he's genuinely kind. His romances aren't exaggerated, they're believable. And his partners aren't just pretty faces, they're multidimensional women who match him emotionally and intellectually. That's why viewers from age 18 to 75 feel drawn to his performances. There's something real in every relationship he builds on screen.
Étoile rutilante conclusion. Morte en geste à pretty face, Li Xian, the emotion maker.
Li Xian's unforgettable chemistry with actresses like Yang Zi, Li Qin, Zhou Yutong, and Tan Songyun has cemented his place as one of the most beloved actors in modern Chinese drama. He doesn't just play romance, he makes us feel it. And as he continues exploring new genres and partnerships, one thing remains clear. Whatever role he takes, audiences will be watching, not just for the story, but for the emotions he brings to life. If you've enjoyed this journey through Li Xian's most unforgettable on-screen pairings, backhand index pointing right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to News Stars CN. We bring you inspiring emotional stories from Chinese entertainment, drama, romance, and all the moments in between.
Bulle livre da comment Bilo.
Which Li Xian pairing stole your heart the most? And who do you want to see him work with next? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay inspired.
Stay curieux.
Stay with News Stars CN.